were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
How much time, John, please?
Good luck. Yeah, it's great.
It's playoff atmosphere in Chicago, the old stadium on the west side on West Madison Street. And they say sellout crowd. This is the best attendance they've had here since 77-78 when they established a club record. And they're going to break it this year. The Pacers Boosters Club is here in attendance today.
Oh, it's great. They had a big bus load come down for the ball game, and we'll get a chance to look at them, I'm sure, during the game. They're sitting down at one end of the floor.
Herb Williams, Chuck Person, they're out. Herbie averaging 14-9, Chuck at 18-7. Steve Stepanovich, he'll get Dave Corzine, he's 13-3. Now the guards will come along.
Vern Fleming.
Vern Fleming will come in here now, averaging at 12 points a game. And John Long will round out the Pacers starting five, 15-2. John Long, who knows better than anyone how intense this kind of atmosphere can be. And Jack Ramsey will try and carry that tone. He's established it already in the pregame talk, and they are ready for this one. Now, the introduction of the Chicago Bulls. Let's see if we can pick this up on the PA.
And now, the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls. At forward from Duke, 6'8", number 20, Gene Banks.
10.1 a game.
At forward from Virginia Union, 6'9", number 34, Carl Oakley.
Here he is, 14-4, and over 1,000 rebounds in the NBA. Corzine, the veteran, at 8'4". Paxson from Notre Dame at 11'6". And hang on, here it comes. Numero uno in the NBA.
Oh, boy. Boy, that works a little reverse psychology, though, because I tell you, these guys down here in the gold and blue don't think they're not going to come out banging today.
There's the youngest coach in the NBA, Doug Collins. He was a great player, 35 years old, had some injury problems that ended it prematurely. And the officials for this afternoon's game, Tommy Nunez is on the left and Eddie Rush is on the right. This is electric. Now, you can just imagine what it is going to be like during the playoffs. And when they really get to the point where they're a consistent winner all the time, they're sitting 2 games under 500. They've never been 3 under 500 this year. But when they get a couple more pieces and put it into the puzzle here in Chicago, this stadium is a very exciting place to be.
It certainly is. It's one of the real old-time places. I was here back in '53 against Notre Dame, and things haven't changed a whole lot.
Little paint, just a little paint.
A little paint.
About 10 coats. They're 28-11 at home. They're 38-40 overall. They sit a game and a half behind Washington and the Indiana Pacers, who are tied for that number 6 spot in the Eastern Conference standings going into the final week of the season. Dr. Jack thrilled with the way the team played the other night in Washington. We'll talk with him at halftime tonight or this afternoon. Long Herb, there he is up against Oakley. Good move by Herb, puts it down, lost it on the way through. Gee, I thought he had a great move. And Gene Banks on the takeaway. Paxson, you can't leave him alone too long outside. They'll double and help out on Jordan, of course. But if you leave Paxson sit out there too long, he can shoot it deep. There he is, good penetration. Of the 3 most consistent players, Jordan, Oakley, and Paxson, Paxson has been a guy that didn't count on doing what he's done all year. He has been terrific. And John Long trying to take it to the rack that time, and on the way in, knocked away and out of bounds.
Well, this is going to be a ball game. You can tell, you can feel it.
They have won 10 of their last 13 at home. They have won 3 in a row here. They've got the rebound. It's Oakley. Oakley to Jordan. Look out. Vern Fleming back to cover. Got to put a body on him. Back to an open Paxson. Oh, boy. 4 for Paxson. Paxson coming in. 11.6 points a game. Oakley for the year, incidentally, averaging 13 rebounds. In fact, a little more than that. John Long, got to have it.
That's it, Johnny.
Eventually, you'll see Long back on Jordan, and you'll see John Long putting all kinds of body on Jordan. He does not like that physical style of play. But they'll switch and they'll help. Jordan's on the box now. Banks just threw the ball away. As a team, they turn it over almost identical to the Pacers. 15.6 Chicago, 15.5 Indiana. There's Long. Person on Gene Banks. Illegal defense called on Chicago. And it's going to be called on Oakley. He's over there in no man's land. You got to get close to him, man. You got to pick a partner if you want to go to the dance, like we said the other night. That's the way the game is supposed to be played in the NBA. Long played by Jordan. Inside to Herb. They're going to try and take advantage of Oakley defensively if they can. Good move by Herb Williams.
Good move, Herbie.
Oh, I like that. Right away, I like that. Oakley, incidentally, 6'9". Herb's a little over 6'11". We like to talk about the matchups. And Indiana now has taken themselves and put them right back in the game. It's a 4-4 tie. Kept live by Person. Foul call from behind on Gene Banks. Gene Banks, 6-year man, 6'8", 223 from Duke. Number 2 pick originally of San Antonio. Came over here for Steve Johnson and an 85 pick in the second round. That's already gone by and used it up. Steve Johnson has moved on to Portland. So Chicago has done well with Banks. There's Herb Williams. They spread the floor a little bit, create some better angles. Person on the thrust, leave for Vern. Vern with an open shot, got to hit those. Herb Williams in the toaster, puts it up in a crowd. No, try it. Herb. No, and Oakley's got the rebound.
Oh, boy, Herb.
There'll be a foul called inside. It's going to stay right here, and the foul is called on Dave Corzine.
Watch Herbie on this one. He gets in the paint and gets the shot up. Back off, he's staying with it. I tell you, it's going to be a war in around those boards because this Oakley can flat rebound.
They are an excellent rebounding team. They average close to 45 rebounds a game. Their opponent's about 41, so they have a 4-board advantage, which is very good at this level. Pacers average a little over 44, but their opponents about 45.3 rebounds a game. 6-4 Indiana. They've scored 6 straight points. Corzine, Banks. He doesn't have much range. His game is inside, passing, smart, good defense. Corzine lost the handle, gets it, and puts it in. Corzine from DePaul, so he's a Chicago boy. 6'11", 250. 9 years, originally drafted by Washington. Was in San Antonio, came here in the deal for Artis Gilmore. Back door. There goes Herb. Herb has made 3 of the best moves I have seen him make in one game all year.
He's turning around and facing. Now watch him turn around and face the man, and he's laying the ball on the floor today. Oakley's got his hands full. There.
And Oakley got a foul on the first one, and now we've got a loose ball foul called on John Long. So we keep track of the team fouls here and let you know that the Bulls now have 3 team fouls and Indiana has 1. John Paxson, he's checked by John Long on top. There's Jordan. Jordan with the tongue out. That's his standard. He just hit it. Well, he's not bad, is he? 36.7, #1 scorer. Pull-up person on the rim, no. Rebound. 8-6 Chicago. They've scored 4 in a row, and Paxson brings down. His brother is Jimmy Paxson from Portland. Jack Ramsey knows him well. Jordan, he tried to slide through the opening. There wasn't much there.
We should get something here.
Long, tough shot. Real tough shot. Coming down on the wing. Trailers in the middle on the right lane. Let's see, are they going to call it? 2 shots. No, they're not going to call a goaltender.
It didn't quite get up there, I don't think. Let's take a look at this. Here's John on that shot. I don't know about that. That could have been a goaltending call.
Well, Jack Ramsey is up. He thought maybe there should have been something. Long will go to the line. He's an 89% free throw shooter. Pacers as a team 78. Chicago 78. So it's just about dead even there. Of course, where you start to find the discrepancy is on the attempts, and the Pacers have been a little lax there. Chicago with 2,140 attempts. They have over 100 more attempts for the season than do the Pacers.
If you're a basketball player, can you imagine in the dressing room when the coach says your defensive assignment today is Michael Jordan?
You know, I went down there and I talked to John Long about that. He seemed like he was ready to go, and then they told him they're going to start Vern on him. He says, I just want to get up. If he's going to get 30 or 40, they're going to be the toughest he ever got, says John Long. And on the baseline drive, there goes Jordan. You see, here you are. You got 8:20 to go, and already the Pacers are at 4 team fouls. And that foul on Vern Fleming. The other thing you concern yourself is if a John Long plays him and then commits a couple of quick fouls, then you got a problem. You don't want to lose Long too early. Over the top, Paxson. You see how they flare it out. Person with a steal. Wrap around with a bounce ahead to the leading Long and a block and a foul.
That was a great pass by Chuck.
Not only that, he did a good thing to get the ball into a position where he could make the pass on the wraparound. Watch. Now we won't see it. It's too bad we can't back that up and show you the whole thing, because the person did a terrific job. See if we can go back and get that, guys. That would really be appreciated. Here he comes.
Here's Chuck.
No, didn't see it.
He threaded the needle on that bounce pass.
But he had the ball over in the right hand. And in order to get the ball back along the left where you get in a position to make the pass, he had to wrap the ball around himself, and he put it in. 9-8 score of the ball game. 5 points for John Long. Chicago 38-40. Indiana 39-38. And the significance, and what we didn't get a chance to talk about at the top, was that the season series right now belongs to no one. It's 2-2. So the winner of this one ends up with an edge in the series with no games left to play, 3 games to 2, and that could be important in the event of a tie down the remaining games of the season. Brad Sellers, who just came in off the bench on a backdoor reverse, and very nicely executed. So Sellers with an opportunity to come in and did a good job to get it done.
Sadale Threed has come in the back court, so they've made 2 substitutions at this point in the ball game.
And right away, Indiana's going to take a 20 and try and make the adjustment. Let's see what they do. Will they move John Long over? Will they keep him on Sadale 3? It'll be interesting to see how Jack adjusts right here. The Pacers, with games remaining against Atlanta tomorrow night, Boston on Wednesday, and there are a lot of tickets available for that game tomorrow night, incidentally, at home. A few remaining for Boston. And then they close out at Philadelphia and New Jersey. Chicago with Milwaukee tomorrow there. Atlanta here on Thursday. Boston there over the weekend. And Washington at Philadelphia, Cleveland at home, at New York, and Philadelphia at home. And the race for the final positioning in the Eastern Conference continues, and it will throughout the week. All right, let's see who we are. Stepanovic, and stepping in Michael Jordan, one of the leaders in the league in steals. Breakaway, he'll take it to the hole.
Ooh. That's what they pay their money for.
Boy, and he is a one-man gang in terms of drawing crowds. Here's John Long. Looks, I thought he had it. No, the rebound by Brad Sellers. Sellers, the rookie from Ohio State. He is 7 feet, 212 pounds. Oakley to Jordan. He's deep. Stepanovic can't stop it. Boy, he looked like Jack climbing the beanstalk that time. He was over the crowd. 14-10 Chicago, and just like that, they've exploded. Here's Herb, played by Oakley. They try and cheat a man from back door that time. Jordan came around. They're trying to cheat Jordan up the backside so that when Herbie makes that turn into the baseline, Jordan's there to help on the double. Sedale 3, he's played by Long, so they don't switch there. Sellers is played by Person. That's 7 feet over 6'8". Jordan over Vern Fleming.
He's on a roll.
He's got 8.
He's on a roll now.
You gotta put a rope around him.
Ooh, boy.
16 to 12. It's like trying to rope one of those dogies at a rodeo. Boy, they're tough.
They shouldn't let guys that good in the gym, you know.
Person backdoor. Sellers doesn't yield. Person comes all the way to the reverse and lays it up and in. That's something you see quite often. You play a guy good to a point, then you stop playing him, and he just makes that little extra move and curls backdoor and reverses it. Jordan, one more.
There he is. He's lighting it up.
That time he had John Long on him. They switched. He's got 10. They lead by 4. And Jack Ramsey said enough. Timeout. For the first Indiana scoreboard, folks, the bank for Achievers. It's the Chicago Bulls 18. Your Indiana Pacers 14.
Take your ticket to the Budweiser Bullpen Information Center in the east end of the main level near gate 6.
He's going to be murdered today, and he's got the outside shot.
Oh, yeah.
The whole damn offense is good, man. You watching those guys run off those picks after him?
Yeah.
Tickets to the Kings Manor Dinner Theater for number 2020.
He's tough.
Here are concert tickets to Jam
Oh.
Productions.
Oh.
8154. A dinner for 2
I don't even. They're working like dogs on him defensively. I've been watching him, boy. I'm telling you, he's just so tough. It's unreal.
A dinner for 2 at Ed Devetics at 14364. A dinner for 2, Sean's Crab House, number 17022.
There they are, huh? Is that Don Stump?
No, that's not him. That's just a couple of moves of the fan club.
A children's toy from Mattel for numbers 16289 through 16291. A weekend for 2, McCormick Center Hotel, number 12698. A booklet of McDonald's gift certificates, there are 10 of them, for numbers 4127 through 4136. A pair of Nike gym shoes, 6 for numbers 17238.
Well, they're not going to continue to shoot that one.
9 out of 10.
Announcements coming up at the next timeout.
That's 90%.
The Pacers Boosters Club, and they brought their own. Yeah, they're here in attendance. Dig in, folks. Have a good time. And hope that the Pacers get a win. Right now, Chicago is shooting 90%, 9 of 10. Jordan is 5 for 5. And we're brought to you by the 87 Chevy trucks. Nothing works like a Chevy truck. And by Coca-Cola. It's part of your life. You can't beat the feeling. At home tomorrow night, Atlanta. Plenty of tickets available. And then Wednesday against Boston. Oh, won't you be happy to be part of that scene? And we're brought to you by GTE, the smart business call. John Long, Vern Fleming, Herb Williams, Chuck Person, and Steve Stepanovich. Clear it out, let him work on the big guy. He had the shot, couldn't get it. They've got it. Here they go with a lead of 4. Sedale 3 came over from Philadelphia. Steve Calder went the other way. Vern Fleming has got 3. That's a good matchup. Now you got John Long over on Jordan. Look at him, look at him, look at him move. He's so tough, and he got the shot away, and Vern's got the rebound. That's only the second shot they've missed, and his first. Vern penetrates, block, foul. It's going to be on Brad Sellers from Indianapolis. Jerome Ancelet, Kathy Ancelet, and Dave and John Kuhn are here, and they say go Pacers, and we agree.
Vern took it. Here's Vern on the drive here. Sometimes when the defense is back like that, now Vern got on the line then, but when you got a good shooter like a John Long standing over in the corner, sometimes you can lay that ball off and get that easy bucket.
18-15. Right now, he's just concerned about trying to get to the hoop. Hopefully, they'll get a little bit more comfortable when they get in the flow. There's a big crowd today, and they're pro Chicago. Vern's got a pair. Vern's not a bad free throw shooter. Rebounding 3-2 Chicago. There's not a lot of shots left over after they shoot 90%. Pacers 40%, 4 for 10. Sedale 3. He goes Corzine. Corzine 3. Reverse it. Brad Sellers off the iron. Oakley's got it.
High bounce.
Yeah, that was a tight rim. Sellers, he shoots it again. Not bashful. He's part of my all-shooting team already. When he warms up, they put some 3-in-1 oil in the elbow. He's ready to go. 18-16. Chicago by a deuce. Big game. Taken away by Jordan on the entry pass attempt by Long. Nice to Oakley, and good defense by Vernon. You see the weak side cheating ahead on the fly, and Vern's got to be aware of the transition, or that other guard's got to get back to
Boy,
cover.
Vern really gave it a hustle there. Now watch John here on this pass. That's what we call telegraphing a pass. He held it right up there, showed it to Michael, and here's Michael. Boom, baby.
I have never, in all the years I've been around this league, see one man with more shots.
He's got the biggest variety of shots probably ever.
20-16. He is a show. And thus the reason why they're going to break attendance marks here with a team under 500. Can you imagine what they do with a team that wins? Bad pass. John Long threw it right at the feet of Chuck Person. That was not a good pass.
And it was a good play, too, because Chuck broke into that low post open.
On the turnovers now, Indiana with 5, Chicago with 3. Indiana against the Chicago team, they play pretty good defense. Steve Stepanovich will come in, come off. Clint Richardson is getting set to come on. So they have Herb Williams playing the middle, and we have, let's see, Wayman Tisdale coming in the ball game, so Herbie moves into the middle, as I mentioned. 3.
He only gave him 2 on that one, but it's going to happen when we're having to double team and trying to look for Michael all the time, and there's going to be people get open outside.
Pacers are 0-2 here at the Chicago Stadium. 2-0 at home, 2-2 in the series. Vern, open shot. It's going to be there all afternoon. Rebound. Oh, my. What a break that was. 2 of the Bulls, Oakley and Corzine, had it. Neither one of them could hang on to it, and Wayman just happened to be at the right place at the right time, picked it up and laid it in. Wayman Tisdale right around 15 points a game. Off the bench is a 6th man. Sedale 3 on Vern in the lane. Has to throw it out wildly to Oakley. Under 10 on the shot clock. Backdoor goes Sellers. Let's see if he puts it up again. Back to 3. 3-point country. Back inside the line. Missed it. Rebound Long. Long outlet goes to Vern. In the middle on the fly. Person trailing on the right. Threw it to the wrong man. Sellers runs well. Up to Jordan. That's who they look at. Here's Herb. Herb tries to take the charge. No go.
Changed hands in the air.
And he is so smooth. He's so soft. He goes up there. Most people can't get under control when they come down full speed and then try and pull up.
His hang time is just tremendous.
Jump ball. And boy, there's some intensity out there today.
They're going after it, aren't they? Boy, when they get on the floor after that ball like that. We're working hard.
Work hard, good things will happen, says Dr. Jack. We have a timeout, 2:52 to play in the quarter. Chicago 24, Indiana 18. Herb did, you see what Herb did there? You see what he did?
Yeah.
Instead of standing in there, he turned at the last moment. Yeah.
What was it?
A dinner for 2 for the Snuggery for number 2247. A Snuggery jacket for number 10618. A wool sweater for number 1277. Gift certificates from Sports Arena. There are 10 of them for numbers 3432 through 3441. A weekend for 2 at Morning Mountain from Sports Vision for number 5674. Sports Vision gifts for the following numbers: 6173-9326-566.
Boy, they have a. This could be a great franchise. City this size, the interest that they've got with a team that's 2 under 500. Well, they got a couple more picks and forget it. You know that?
Oh, yeah. What is a major market? I mean, what the hell? They should do
Boy, oh boy.
Once again, if your number was called during the game, take your fan appreciation ticket to the Budweiser Bullpen Information Center on the east end of the main level near gate 6.5 to claim your prize.
Let's hear you, gang. There they are. Pacers Boosters Club. Don Stump's got a gang in here. WWKI Radio in Kokomo. They've made arrangements to take care of you at the Kokomo Community Night tomorrow night. The Pacers in Atlanta, and tickets available at Kokomo High, South Campus, YMCA, YWCA, and the PAL office in the City Building. See you down there tomorrow night. Plenty of ducats available. Few left for Boston on Wednesday. The last 2 of the regular season. Herb against Sellers, 7 against about 6'11". And Sellers went up a little early, but he can jump. Oh, yes, he can jump. And here comes Michael Air Jordan. They got Clint Richardson on him now, so that's the 3rd man they've tried. John Long is out. Vern Fleming is in on 3. Inside they go to Oakley. You can't call him Annie here, believe me. And here he goes on Tisdale, a foul call. Well, Wayman, or was it the help that came over that got the foul? It looked like they're zeroing in on Wayman Tisdale. You almost have to deny position if you can.
You got to deny position because Oakley's going to really try to post up there, and if you let him lay the ball on the floor, he's liable to get you in foul trouble.
So here's Mr. Oakley. No Annie from me. 69% at the line for this second-year man. Last year averaged about 8.6 rebounds to be exact. And a little under 10 a game. This year it's a different ball game, and he is big.
You knew he was going to be a player. That was a great deal that they sent Keith Lee
and Enos
Watley to Cleveland for him.
There was another guy they threw in, Calvin Duncan, on the deal. Well, Watley is a rebounding force, number 2 rebounder in the league in terms of average, behind Barkley, but he's got more total rebounds than anyone in the NBA. Person. Chicago leads by 8. Got to nip it right there. Right now. What a beautiful reverse that was. And Herb made the inside pass to the reversing Clint Richardson. Clint's got a pair. Good move. Good offense execution right there. 26-20. Oakley inside. Corzine. Pete Herb Williams. So Dave Corzine with 4.
He did a great job of using his body then to get open.
Corzine will be 31 later this month. Clint, he'll have that shot. They'll sink off him, and Michael Jordan shaking his head saying, I better go out and play that guy. 28-22. 3. Pure.
There's another guy that can shoot it.
Up quickly come the Indiana Pacers. Fleming gave it to Clint, and Chicago transitions back nicely. Wayman over Oakley. Would have been good had it gone. No, Oakley will get a foul. 2. That's 2 on Oakley. And for Chicago, that's 4. Pacers are already over the limit, and they have been since 8:02. We have 1:32 remaining in the quarter. And at the line will be Wayman Tisdale. How about a light beer right now? Would you like one? Great taste. Well, there's only one light beer, and that's Miller Lite. And the Shane Company, one of the official sponsors of the Indiana Pacers.
Mike Brown coming in the ball game here to replace Charlie Oakley.
Now, he's pretty good on the Toledos also, isn't he? 6'9", 250 from George Washington. Played a year over in Europe. Came back. He was originally a 3rd-round pick. But he bounces in here and gets a shot. He's a big guy, strong. So they replace Oakley with another hook and ladder. Sedale 3 down top, played by Vern Fleming. Stop and go, trying to open up in the middle. There's Jordan on the come around. Hello.
Picture perfect. Boy, that jump shot is so beautiful, but he gets up so high and hangs so long.
And remember, for the year, he's shooting 48%. He's shooting about 80% so far today. 32-24, Chicago by 8. That matches their big lead. And again, for the second time today, Jordan steals the entry pass. He has 3 steals in the game already. Incredible. Back to 3. Swing it back to Brad Sellers. Boy, they look smooth. Chicago a lead of 10. Don't let it go right now, guys. 34-24. The Chicago Bulls. Clint trying to go to Wayman. Wayman covered. Give it to Chuck. Back to Clint inside to Wayman. Good. He'll go to the line.
That was great. Great ball movement.
And it'll be Mike Brown.
The ball movement here was really good. Here's the entry pass into Wayman. If he can get in that deep, he's going to score. Boy, I'm glad they're giving that guy a rest.
Get him out of here. Sit down. He looks good sitting on the bench, too. I just as soon have him over there for a while.
Just keep walking. Walk right on out of the arena.
Yeah, the bus is waiting and the motor's running. We'll see you later. Tisdale, and Wayman gets the 3. 7 points for Wayman Tisdale, 34-27. The Chicago Bulls. Now you see a little pressure applied by Indiana. They pick him up. Try and trap him. Vern all over the ball. Back to 3. In along the left side. They go to Brown. Like to see him shoot that shot all afternoon. Boy, he's running with about 100 pounds of Portland in both those sneakers. He doesn't look like he's all that quick. He got those training boots on, looks like. You know, those combat boots the fighters use to train in? 34-27. We're down to the final 12 seconds of the quarter, and that's what they're working for now. Burns tries to pin it.
Hit that
back
3.
To Chuck from 3.
Ooh, he got it.
You betcha. Jack Ramsey jumps up like a cheerleader and says, give it to him.
Oh, my goodness, did the guy hold a clock on us.
Sellers.
Boy, did he hold the clock on us that time.
Did you watch him?
I sure did.
34-30 the score after one. Indiana trailing the Chicago Bulls, but the Bulls led by 10, and there's Dr. Jack. Yeah, you watch. Jack Ramsey's really into this team now. We'll be back, second quarter on the way.
Jesus Christ, that's awful. The pass came in down here. He let him dribble to here before he started the clock. It just stayed on 5, and he made it 4 right here after all that was. Try to give him the last second shot. I'd go down and ring his gun. I would.
Well, they don't start until it touches the guy's hands, but yeah, you're right.
It got to here. I was watching. Yeah. It got to here, and it was still on 5. That really helped. Got 2 3-point plays.
Yeah.
For numbers 1038 and 1039. Now, number GCI sweatshirt for number 10257. A GCI t-shirt and painter's cap for number 16414. A WJMK t-shirt and WJJD magnet set for numbers 2507 and 2508. A men and women's box set with WMAQ radio number 5823.
Yep.
A pair of gym shoes from Pony. There are 5 winners. Numbers 1441 through 1445. A warm-up suit from Pony. For numbers 7232 and 7233. More numbers coming up the next time.
Love of Bulls.
Steve Stavanovich is back. Kyle Macy checks in for the Pacers.
On Wednesday, playoff tickets go on sale. 10 a.m. at all Ticketmaster locations, Market Square Arena, or by calling 297-5151. Public sale for the first playoff game in Market Square will go on sale. The date, the opponent, and the time to be announced at a later date, of course. This is for the third game of the series and the first home game. Tickets are 8, 15, and 22. They go on sale Wednesday morning, and of course Atlanta at home tomorrow night. Plenty of tickets available. Love to see you there. Club is playing well. Let's see what we can do here. Elston Turner.
Just came off the bench and rung the bell.
6'5", 200. Still don't think he's a great outside shooter. Never have, but, you know, you got the open shot. As we said the other night, you give it to him, and you can't let yourself be embarrassed. Stepanovic in. Chuck Person. Kyle Macy's also in. Clint Richardson and Wayman. Chuck. A couple of three-point plays at the end of the first quarter certainly helped. The 2 plus the free throw by Wayman and the three-pointer by Chuck, and they cut the 10-point lead to 4. Chicago with the ball. Sedale, 3. He's averaging 8.5 points a game. Brad Sellers, he's averaging 4.3 a game. Here's Sellers again, and he loves to shoot, doesn't he? Keep shooting, Brad, that's great.
Here it is.
To Chuck, and he laid it in, over Sedale, 3. Well, you know, if I'm Doug Collins, I'm going to be thinking, Brad, you know, let's be a little bit more judicious with your shot selection here. I know he's got a nice shot, but there are other people out there also. And a whistle and a foul called on the play, and it'll go against who? Brad Sellers. Brad Sellers, he's been in and out of the doghouse a couple times this year. The last time he was fined in a game in which they had a big lead and lost it, and he and Oakley were sitting on the bench supposedly laughing, and the general manager fined him a couple $150 and just rescinded the fine yesterday. 36-32. Clint, played by Elston Turner. Now, Turner's game is defense. That's where he's really tough. Here's Kyle. Kyle played by 3. Stepanovic inside, trying to make the pass, out of bounds off of Wayman Tisdale. Not a good idea right there. Forced it. Ron Anderson is in for Indiana. He did a terrific job the other night. Anderson came in, gave them 14 minutes, 9 points, and 7 big rebounds. I mean, big.
He's been playing real well.
Up they come, Sedale, 3. Good penetration, leave it for Oakley. And the Pacers turned their back on the ball. They turned their back on Oakley that time just to come over and play the ball side, and boy, that was a nice play. They run these delays all the way from the weak side, and they've had about 3 hoops off that already. 38-32, Chicago. Turn around, Ron Anderson. That boy, Ron. Anderson, 6'7", Fresno State. He's a third-year guy. He's got 2 points here in the ball game. Second quarter, Jordan is on the bench. Brown with the ball. Here he comes. A little slow. Give it to Sellers. Sellers against Wayman. Knocked away. Picked up by Clint. Pacers have a 4-on-2 advantage. Got to take advantage of this.
Oh,
they
my
don't.
goodness.
4-on-2, and they couldn't take advantage. Up to Oakley.
Oh.
In and out of traffic that time as the defense, 4 men back to cover. Good defense by Indiana to get back after they made the mistake. 10 turnovers by the Pacers already. 3.
Oh, my.
Got it away to Sellers. There he is. Anderson let him go. Oh, I mean, look at the play.
Get him.
That was a room service pass. That was supposed to be a shot, and it was room service to Brown. Up quickly to Anderson. Brown does not run well. Inside Wayman, put it in.
Boy, Ron made a great pass. Penetrated and made a great pass.
I'm telling you, you can beat Brown down the floor. He does not run the floor well. He's got very heavy feet. You can see that right now, and it's 40-36. You got Ron Anderson playing Sellers. That's a big giveaway on point, on size. Jump shot by Elston Turner. Stepanovic gets it. Oakley falls down. He did look like Annie on that one. Here's Kyle. Kyle to Stepanovic. Inside, shoehorn, bounce feed, another bad pass. Marshmallows up to 3. Turnover number 11, Indiana. Sedale 3. And Chicago's holding the Pacers at bay with Jordan on the bench. There's the double on the cut through from the weak side. Sellers, Indiana defense good. Clint down solo on Elston Turner. Carries to the hoop, puts it up off the rack. No, he'll go to the line. Turner, very good again defensively. And still in the ball game. Timeout, Chicago. Still in the ball game. Chicago by 4 on that ZPL scoreboard where you, now this is a tough one. We're going to do it. $1,000 hit rock double shots. We're going to figure that out yet. Listen every day for details on how you win 1,000 on the Apple ZPL. Chicago 40, Indiana 36. Makes sense.
How long do you leave Michael Jordan out of the game?
Too long.
I can't let him score.
No, too long. How long was Jordan out of the game? Do you know? A minute to go. What? How long was?
How long's he been out?
Yeah.
Well, a little less than a minute to go.
In the first quarter?
He's been out almost 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
He's playing him 38.
Yeah, he gets him the break at the end of the quarter, so he gets the extra 90. They had a 10-point lead when he went out.
Dinner for 2 at Campbell's for number 5135. Dinner for 2 at College Japan for number 132. 2 for number restaurant listed to the It's American Express for numbers 1626 through 1627. Report to the Budweiser Bull Ring East End main level near gate 6.5 to claim your progress.
Did you do a T-shirt thing?
Michael Jordan checks back in for Chicago.
Michael Jordan is back. He was out about 5 minutes. When he went out, they had a 10-point lead. It's now 4. So you got Jordan, Elston Turner, and Sedale 3. And you've got Brown and Oakley. They don't really have a center in the ball game now. They got Ron Anderson, Wayman Tisdale, Clint Richardson, Kyle Macy, and Steve Stepanovic. Be interesting to see how the Pacers handle this small unit of Chicago.
Well, they're small in height, but that Brown and Oakley are well over 500 pounds between them.
We'll put a couple of harnesses on those guys, huh? Clint Richardson misses the first free throw. And Indiana here now in the ball game, 11 for 12 at the line. 12 free throw attempts already. That's terrific. Chicago, incidentally, only 2 for 2, so they reverse roles tonight. Jack Ramsey's got to be pleased with that facet of the game. We're brought to you by Hooks Dependable Drug Stores. We'd love to see you smile. Hooks Dependable. Sedale 3. Played by Clint Richardson. Give it to Jordan. Look at the screen down by Brown. Brown just moving people around. Jordan fires it up wildly. And Oakley's got it back. Inside, Brown traveling with a basketball.
Good call.
Tommy Nunez. 40-37, Indiana trails by 3. Ron Anderson over to talk to Jack Ramsey about a defensive assignment. And now they're going to make some kind of a switch here. Kyle Macy, played by Threet. They sag off of him, give Kyle a lot of slack right there. They've got Turner chasing Clint Richardson, and they've got Jordan on. What do we have? Now we got a foul called on Michael Brown. And again, trying to get physical because they're playing without a center. Threet comes out, Paxson comes in Chicago.
Well, here it is. Steeple at the top with a. Oh, Clint really pushed him off. We got a little break there, I think.
So Brown has 2. Chicago has 2 in the quarter. Backdoor Ron Anderson. He's open, takes his time, shoots the shot, misses it, gets his own. Tried to get his own rebound. And a loose ball foul called against Indiana. It'll be on Ron Anderson. So Anderson's got 1, Indiana's got 1 in the quarter. Don't forget playoff tickets Wednesday morning. Ticketmaster locations. Market Square Arena, call 297-5151. But Atlanta's in town tomorrow, and Boston is in town on Wednesday. And won't that be fun? Paxson, Jordan, inside posting, Clint Richardson on him. Whistle, defense violation, Indiana. These two teams have played 4 times. The Bulls have won by 9 and 12. The Pacers by 14 and 4. Been a good series. And this will be the one to decide. And it's a big game because if this thing is all still tied up or close to it at the end of the week, if Chicago and Indiana have the same numbers, then they go back to the season series matchup. And whoever comes away with one today would get the nod as far as playoff positioning. Jordan. Good if it goes. Does. And at the line. And he's got 18 points already. 7:03 in the half. He's got 18.
Watch this guy. Here's Michael. He's going into the paint right here. And when you come over on a double team there, or to take a foul, you've got to keep him from getting that ball up on the board.
Jordan is something else. He is a phenomenon. He's an 86% free throw shooter. He has 19 points in the game. Michael Jordan.
Uh-oh, we got him beat.
Wayman fouled by Brown. That's 3 on him. That's 3 on them. So Tisdale getting beat up inside. Chicago very physical.
Wayman flat beat him on this play. Look here. He got him right on his hip.
That's where he wants to be with his natural left hand. Brown will go bye-bye. Back will come Corzine. So Corzine, who has been the subject of a little bit of consternation on the part of Doug Collins, the Chicago coach, and that he's been a little bit up and down. He's in there, but overall, I think he does a pretty good journeyman job. That 4th quarter shootout promotion where you win that 13-inch remote color television set, well, it's brought to you in part by your Greater Indianapolis Zenith dealers, by Mr. Clark's Will's Furniture and Appliance and College Appliance. Remember that Zenith, where the quality goes in before the name goes on.
They're trying to get the illegal defensive call right now.
6-point Chicago lead. Their Big 10. Oakley to Jordan. Double up inside. Good move, but look at the change. And Stepanovic knocks it loose, and Elston Turner beats Tisdale to the ball. Corzine, backdoor give and go. Turner can't make it. Paxson on top. Swing it over to Oakley. Oakley inside to Corzine, puts it up off the rack, fouls Stepanovic.
And the Bulls are moving the ball very, very well. Very well.
Very, very well indeed.
Here's the swing across court into Corzine in the middle. And he had the position right down in the paint, right in front of the hoop.
And Chicago is at the line again, and the Corzine free throw attempt misses. John Long, Herb Williams will come in. Wayman Tisdale, Clint Richardson will come off. So it'll be Herb and Stepanovic up front with Wayman Tisdale, John Long, and Kyle Macy will be the guards. Corzine second, bullseye. 44-37. Stop it right now. The Chicago Bulls in Milwaukee tomorrow. Good back screen there by Steve Stepanovic, and it shook Paxson loose at Kyle Macy. Steve at the line, hard. Herb with a rebound, had it, lost, and Paxson's got it. Indiana sends 2 men back to cover the other end, prevent the fast break transition. Corzine inside from Oakley. Anderson had it, lost it. That's Elston Turner, does a 360, puts it up, bang loose. Who's got it? Stepanovic. Give it to Kyle. The All-American from Kentucky brings it up and over. Back half of the circle on the dribble. Stepanovic hole high. Inside. Good pass. Anderson. Bang. Oh, is it physical? And Michael Jordan got it.
He got Jordan in the air that time.
And Jack Ramsey using his bench now.
Here's a great pass in deep right here to Ron Anderson, and he got Michael up in the air.
That's a good little move that Anderson made. You don't see enough guys using that fake down there in the land of the Giants. You draw the crowd, take the fake. The worst that happens, you get a foul, you go to the line.
And that's it. You get them off their feet, they got to pay the price.
Turner goes off. Paxson is in with Jordan at the guards now. They've got Gene Banks back in the ball game, so they come with their starting five of Banks, Oakley, Corzine. Those are the mules up front, and they get Paxson and Jordan, the road runners, at the guard line. Ron Anderson.
He got them both.
Ron Anderson in Indiana not trailing it by 5. Lots of other games for you today. We'll see if we can get scores for you later on. Clock is down to 15. Stepanovic steps up. Corzine is loose. Paxson shoots it deep off the rim. Good defense by Indiana. Anderson fights to save, and he can't. Then we'll go back to Chicago. They'll blow the clock back to 24. Chuck Person will come in. Ron Anderson with a good turn on the floor comes off.
Both starting lineups are back on the court right now.
Banks on top, going to Oakley. Oakley to Air Jordan. Corzine, look at the ball movement by Chicago. Paxson. Gee whiz, they look slick. And John Long traveled. Oakley stood there. He was ready. Long turned around, saw the defender, wanted to reverse the dribble, travel with the ball. Turnover, 12. Chicago by 5 with 5:10 to play in the quarter. Michael Jordan. Taco Bell restaurants throughout the Indianapolis area are proud sponsors of the Pacers. Taco Bell and the Pacers, a winning team. A game over 500. John Long. And the long shot is good. And John Long with 8. 46-41. Staying right there. Paxson thought better about trying to penetrate. The defense was right up there to hunker down. Inside they go to Jordan. Turnaround. John Long changed the shot, and the Oakley was foul on the play. He had to change the shot, but he drew the foul, and that's team foul 4.
Watch this guy. Here's Jordan in deep. Now he makes a move baseline, goes up for the shot, and he rifles a pass underneath the cutter. And we're lucky that they didn't get the layup and the foul.
And that's on Herb Williams, number 1. Team fouls, as I mentioned, 4. They have 4, so the next foul by either team will put the other team in a penalty situation. Oakley, we have an official Pacer playoff t-shirt we're going to be showing you for $10 plus a couple dollars handling charges. You can have a real slick t-shirt. 263-2100 is the number you call, or you order it at a special address, which we'll give you. Oakley with 6. 48-41 the Chicago Bulls. Atlanta leading New Jersey 94-66 in the third. Detroit trailing Washington in Washington 79-76 after 3. Big score there. Log jam right now between Indiana and Washington for that 6th spot. There's Herb.
Nice going, Herbie.
Took a lot of time to get it done, but he got it done. And he's got 8, and it's 48-43 within 5. Jordan on a high screen by Corzine. Look for the pick and slip. Tries to go on top to Banks. Paxson, Jordan on the post up. Down on Long. Look at the shot.
Look at this.
How did he change direction? Whoa, what hang time for Jordan. Incredible hang time. He's higher and longer than a Ray Guy punt.
We're matching him though, shot for shot.
Stepanovic with a deuce.
Theirs are just a little more spectacular with Jordan taking them.
They come over that high screen. The center playing down, steps up to expose, force the dribbler back. Inside the Banks. Tinkerbell goes up and foul in the play. Gene Tinkerbell Banks and Doug Collins, who played with the 76ers, and that's the 15th foul.
Are they calling for an intentional foul in there? Just 2-shot foul.
Just a 2-shotter. 3:36 to play in the quarter. Gene Banks will go to the free throw line. How good is he at the line? 76%. Indiana and Atlanta at Market Square tomorrow night. Lots of tickets available. Love to see you down there. These guys are playing hard. They're getting ready to go into the playoffs, and they need a little boost. So tomorrow night against Atlanta, Wednesday night against the Boston Celtics. Limited tickets available for that one. Banks hurt the pinky finger on his left hand. And it doesn't bother his shooting any because he shoots it with the right. The kid from Overbrook High. That's where Wilt Chamberlain went to school. And now John Paxson trying to get in between the intended receiver possibly, and Stepanovic will go to long and he'll give it back to Vern. Paxson trying to put a little bother pressure on the ball. This is a perfect team for John Paxson to play on.
It certainly is, because they're double teaming Jordan all the time. It leaves him open, and he's a good open shooter. Maybe a half a step slow. So on a ball club like this, he fits in perfectly.
So the foul is called on Chicago, and it'll be on Gene Banks. He's got 2, and the penalty situation in.
He's playing Chuck Person, Eddie. He's playing him very physical and very tight.
I don't think that bothers Chuck.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, there are a lot of guys in the league that it really offends, but Person likes it in there. He's a tough competitor. We're brought to you by Marsh. We value you. You never get less than Marsh's very best. 52-45, a lead of 7. They've yo-yoed it between 4 and 10. And we have 3:22 to play here in the half. And Chuck Person does not let the crowd rattle the rookie from Auburn. He's got 8. 52-46, Person with 8. Jordan had to change it. Under to Corzine. Foul. Let him play, Tommy. Let him play. How about a jump ball?
Yeah, that could have been a jump ball call. Here's a replay on that. Now watch this pass by Jordan inside to Corzine. Well, he kind of manhandled him a little bit, too.
Well, they're calling the foul on Vern Fleming. And it was Herb that did the mugging.
Well, it'd be better if Vern got the foul because he doesn't have that many hunters.
52-46, 3:11 in the half. Chicago.
Jewelers for number 96 and 7. 2 Illinois State Lottery t-shirts and keychains number 13226 and 13227. 2 Illinois State Lottery umbrellas numbers 17712 and 17713. There are 10 Pizza Hut gift certificates for numbers 801 through 810. A Carol's gift certificate number 4624. 6-month free membership from Lehman Courts number 5401. 10 Mr. Submarine gift certificates for numbers 16333 through 16342. There are 2 $25 gift certificates from Sportswear for numbers 2490 and 2491. 3 pairs of tickets to Hot Boys and Dinettes for numbers 833 and 833. A $25 gift certificate from Ticketron number 11339. And a 6-foot submarine sandwich from Toronto Company number 14226. More numbers coming up.
One of the Chicago Lova Bulls. They have their own cheerleading squad right here. And she's using her crest, isn't she? Yeah, thank you. Ken Bevel will talk to Dick Vitale at halftime about the progress the Pacers have made this year. And we also talked to Pacer head coach Jack Ramsey. That's coming up at halftime. And we're sponsored in part by AC Delco. General Motors Corporation's quality replacement parts for just about anything that moves. Stay ahead of trouble with AC Delco. There it is, Slick. You're talking about not moving as well as you used to. How about a couple of those AC Delco parts?
That'll make it move.
Shaking and baking. 53-46, Chicago at another. Dave Corzine, both teams are over the limit. Corzine with 7. Vern Fleming looks for the high screen. Stepanovic reverses, takes it to the hole, blocked by Corzine. Good defense, they've got it, then lose the ball out of bounds. And they're going to say that Vern touched it last. Good defense by Chicago again. 54-46, and again, they've got the opportunity to go ahead by 10. Atlanta really whooping New Jersey. Here's Jordan, played by Stepanovic, and Stipo's going to get the foul. That was not a smart foul at all. Wanted to give him resistance, but you can't beat a man like Jordan. I don't care if he's coming in off the dribble or not. You've got to have position established. You don't try and move with him and then step into his dribbling lane.
Especially when he's getting a block by a 6'11", 265-pound Dave Corzine. And we talked about Paxson, this being a good club for a John Paxson. It's a good club for a Dave Corzine, too.
It really is.
Because they can use him as a passer and an outside shooter and a guy to set big blocks.
Jordan with both. He's got 25. 56-46, their second lead of 10. Michael, Air, Jordan. 56-46. There's Person. Person wants to get down to Stepanovic. He's been silent offensively. They double down. Back to John Long. Looks good from three. No, it wasn't. They've got it. And it's Oakley over Gene Banks. A lead of 10. Atlanta tomorrow. Tickets available. Need some help against the tough Atlanta Hawks. They're playing in New Jersey today. Jordan, baseline, Long on him. They double down on him. Swing it. Good ball movement. They get the open shot. Climbing the ladder is Herb. Reach in the foul. It'll be Oakley. Bring it to the other end. Shoot the penalty. Or will it be Jordan?
Foul is on Charles Oakley.
It's on Oakley. He's got 3.
Grant Sellers back.
That's Herbie on the rebound right there. And that's where Oakley got the foul.
Brad Sellers, the nonchalant rookie center from Ohio State, will come in. Oakley will go out.
He can throw up a bunch of shots in 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of a guy that I used to call Joe Ellis. Remember Joe Ellis used to play up in San Francisco? Yeah. Or Bobby Bingo Smith. He wasn't bashful either, was he?
They let it fly.
56-47. Chicago. Herb rolls it off the palm and gets another. And it's 56-48. Herb Williams with 10. Find out about those official Pacer playoff t-shirts for $10 and a handling charge of a couple. You can get yourself a dandy. Jordan on John Long. Lean in. That's Sellers again.
Oh, Michael's making them a living, isn't he?
Coming right this way. Michael Jordan stepped in, deflected it right into our hands just about. 58-48. Well, you know, if Sellers is going to play that way, let's take about 12 inches off his legs and give him to me. Huh? Raise my status in the world a little bit. If he wants to play like a guard, he doesn't need to be 7 feet. Byrne penetrates, lost it. Ooh, they've got it. Here they come. They come down with a man advantage, and now it evens up. Pacers have done a good job transitioning back. Paxson on the miss. Corzine with it. No travel call. Corzine foul. Stepanovic, he's got 3.
Fouls on Steve Stepanovic.
This is just a bad bounce, a high bounce. And Corzine grabs it and gets fouled on the way up.
1:34 to play. Wayman Tisdale in. The Pacers are not playing that badly. Chicago just happens to be playing very, very well.
They're playing very well, and Michael's creating just a ton of opportunities out there for his teammates, and they're shooting the ball fairly well.
And Corzine at the line does it again. Have you heard that Rick Pitino is being talked to about the Knicks job, the New Jersey job, and the Phoenix job? He's a hot property.
He's a hot property. He was an assistant at one time
at New York.
And he's had a little bit of success there at Providence, and that's the way it happens in the world of basketball.
He's made a jump in the last 4 years from Boston University to the head man at Providence and maybe a head man in the NBA. Whoever gets him will have to have a little cash ready. They got a $150,000 buyout on his contract at Providence. It's getting big. 60-48. Sure you don't want to make a comeback slip? Check Person. Vern Fleming penetrates, drops it into the corner. Person. John Long. And off the iron, Herb can't get it out of bounds to Chicago. Pacers a little bit coming apart now with 1:12 to play here in the half. And Chicago has it under control pretty well for now with 12-point lead and Michael Jordan. Short rebound. Who's got it? It'll go out of bounds to Chicago. Brown is back in. Mike Brown is in. Oakley has gone off. Sedale Threed is in there for Doug Collins. Collins really done a nice job with his team. He surprised me. I didn't think he'd do this well, but he has been impressive. Out of bounds again. Indiana knocking the ball away, so Chicago will inbound the ball. The Pacers are a game over 500. They'd like to make it 2. with Atlanta and Boston in the next 2 games, and then Philadelphia. Michael Jordan again. 27 points for Michael Air Jordan. 62-48, their biggest lead of the game, 14. Chicago has had a little bit of a habit of folding late, but let's not wait that long. And now foul call on Brown. Boy, there have been a lot of fouls called. I just wish the guys had let him play. And that's Brown's foul. It'll be number 4.
Here's the pass from John Long into Wayman. I don't think the referees want the inside play to get too rough. And both Oakley and Brown play very physical in there.
Brad Sellers. Sellers is a big, tall guy with small feet. Boston, incidentally, leading the Knicks by 19 after 3. So the Celtics, who've been stumbling a little bit lately, trying to get themselves ready this week for the playoffs. You watched them make a move. If they're not hurt, they got some injuries I don't think anyone's talking about.
Come on, Wayman.
Another missed free throw by Wayman Tisdale.
The Celtics don't stumble too much in Boston Garden.
Wayman has missed 3 free throws in a row. He's 2 of 5 at the line. Concentrate. And Person and Sellers going after the ball in the lane. Washington 87, Detroit 82. That is in the 4th quarter. 62-49 here. Jordan again. And he's fouled. West Washington sweep 5-10. Indianapolis, Indiana 4-6-2-0-4. That's a beauty. Gotta have one of those. But you go out and buy a whole bunch of them and wear them to the Atlanta game tomorrow night. There are tickets available. Paxson, Corzine, Banks. They've got Oakley and they've got Jordan. John Long starts out on Jordan. There he is. Put a body on him. Here he is. Inside. Back to Corzine. He's open. Jordan follows it up inside. We got a loose ball foul. It'll be called on Indiana.
Chuck Person over the back.
So Chuck Person picks up another foul. That's number 2 on him. Coca-Cola's part of your life. You can't beat the feeling. Coca-Cola. 65-49, 3rd quarter. Biggest lead of the game right now. Herb steps up, tries to prevent Jordan from going over the top. John Long pulls up. Look at the moves he moved. Look at the moves he made to get it. And he's right there to get his own missed shot in case it comes out. 32 points. He is putting on an absolute clinic here this afternoon. He is a walking highlight film. Vern Fleming, or a running or a jumping or a shooting highlight film, whatever would be apropos. And again, now you run into the problem of one shot, no more. Stepanovic steps up on Jordan. Back over here to Paxson. The last time Chicago played at home was last Tuesday night. They played Detroit. They beat them by 30. Boy, they can be tough. Corzine ran with the ball. Somebody forgot to punch his dance ticket, and he still gets away with no travel. Person and nobody underneath. As Oakley had out-positioned Stepanovic, and Gene Banks runs out from under the ball and then gets possession of it. 67-49. They cut Paxson through. Fleming trails him through the lane. Oakley, they flash Banks through the paint, posted up deep. There's Corzine, just bogarts his way inside of everyone. Stepanovic with a save to Fleming.
Let's get one here.
Find a way to get this thing back to reality. Overlaying is John Long, and a foul. He should go to the line. So John Long will go to the line. Gene Banks on the foul.
John just blows in on the baseline. He doesn't come close on the shot, but he's on the free throw line.
Again, Milwaukee could catch Detroit for that number 3 position in the East. They could go head-to-head. We have a 20-second timeout taken by Chicago. Atlanta could catch Boston. They're a game and a half apart. And Atlanta ends up playing Boston on the last day of the season a week from today. Washington, Indiana are 3.5 behind Philadelphia, so that may not be necessarily a hurdle to climb. Pacers are more concerned now with Chicago and Washington. And right now, Washington and Indiana are tied for 6, each a game and a half ahead of Chicago. But Chicago has 3 games after this one. Indiana and Washington with 4 each. Got to do something. John Long is at the line. This Eastern Conference race could really be something before it's over with. There's some spots to be settled in the West also. You've got Seattle, you've got Denver and Phoenix all fighting for the last 2 spots. Phoenix have been playing pretty well amidst all of the controversy and the investigation going on down there. They've won 8 of their last 11 games. Under our old buddy Dick Van Arsdale. John Long, he's got 10. Pacer fans have more fun in groups and save money too, and it takes a group of 20 or more for a discount on a ticket to your favorite game. Call 263-2100 for group sales info. Paxson from Oakley, Banks, Corzine, and Michael Jordan. Jordan trying to work free of John Long. Long is all over it. Paxson. Stepanovic has got it. It's a 16-point Chicago lead, 67-51. It was 18. Pacers have only led by 2. Here's Vern Fleming. Penetrates, got it, go to the line.
That was a tough shot by Vern.
Well, they haven't been getting much penetration.
He said, I'm going to the hoop. Here's Paxson on him, boy, and he just... When you get into that situation there, a lot of times you get that offensive foul. You know, the Chicago Tribune, I noticed today, and said, boy, it's been 8 games since Michael Jordan scored 40 points or more.
Oh, don't say that.
Maybe he read it. He said, I'll show him.
He had 61 in one game this year, 67-54. The Bulls are the lead. Jordan with the ball. Jordan looks back to an open Paxson. He's going to take it into 2-point range. Corzine, shot clock is at 4, banks it in.
Their ball movement's very good.
Well, their ball movement is good, and as a result, their field goal shooting percentage is way up because they're making their shots. And they're working hard to get the shots, and it's really worked out for them. Oakley with a 7th rebound. Up to Corzine. Stepanovic takes position.
Oh, my.
Corzine is having one of his better games.
Here's a long pass. Floor length pass to Corzine. Now he's going to give it a little reverse move in there. And we tried to manhandle him, but he got it up on the board and banked it in.
Not much you can do about that. And he makes it. 72-54, an 18-point lead. Again, that's the second time they've been there. Corzine with 14 points, Jordan with 32. That's enough. Stepanovic. Pacer shots have been not been falling. Chuck Person, they slowed him up a little. Vern Fleming, they'll allow him outside shots, and he takes the running one-hander. A little runner by Vern. 7 points for Vern Fleming. Chuck Person.
There he is.
And Jordan again, soaring to new heights. It's hard to believe he can soar any higher.
Boy, he can throw it into another gear, too.
They figure he makes over $4 million a year with endorsements, maybe around $6 million. I don't know the numbers. Nobody can come up with the exact figure.
He's just flying in there.
You know, as it turns out, Slick, when you think about it, Portland passed on him and they picked Sam Bowie. Portland really, I mean, as far as the league is concerned, the best thing that could have happened was for Jordan to come to Chicago to try and revitalize his franchise. Portland sold out every night, 12,666. But if you had to go back and examine yourself, Jordan against Bowie, the things that have happened to Bowie, I mean, the rule of thumb is always a good big man, but Michael Jordan is just the best I've seen.
Oh, they let that one go. Oh, Steve Poe went after it that time.
He did a Michael Jordan to get the 58th point for the Pacers, and he's only got 4 in the game. 74-58. Let's get tough out there now. Oakley looking for the weak side cutter. Turns on the square up, give it a Paxson. He's loose. In and out. Vern Fleming is really having to work so hard. He's got to double down and then cover the open man. John Long in the paint, baby! Honeycomb the rim and falls down. 74-60. 12 points for John Long. 7:47 to play in the third. Eddie Doucette, Bobby Slick Lenny. Oakley with a high screen. Look for the 2-man pick and roll. Oakley slips up on the high side. Corzine flashes to the paint in the middle from the left side. Banks on the interchange with Corzine off the weak side. Oakley tries to fight to save and threw it in the first row.
Well, we're going after him defensively now.
And the lady in the front row with a portable radio had to do a quick turn to avoid getting bopped right on the noggin. Timeout. Indiana's cut the lead to 14 with 7:29 in the third. And on the first Indiana scoreboard, the bank for Achievers at 74-60, Chicago. You see, the problem with this is you expend so much energy getting back in it.
It's a tough hill to climb.
When you reach down into your socks, you got nothing left, and you got Atlanta tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, they've got Milwaukee, too, up there.
Awfully good. They play like this. Chicago's tough.
They're tough here.
Yeah, 28-11.
I think they can beat some good teams in here.
At the end of the game, get me a complete line on Michael Jordan. Shots attempted, shots made, free throws, rebounds, assists, the whole deal.
Right now?
No, at the end of the game.
Two Bulls wastebasket backboard sets for PK Products, number 8345 to 8346. An NBA All-Star Mini Hoopster for Punch Sporting Goods, number 2615. Three Bulls duffel bags from NASCO, numbers 4696 through 4698. And nine Bulls polo shirts from Starter, number 5229 through 5237.
Are you bored with burgers? Well, you know Taco Bell has the cure. There's always something exciting to eat at Taco Bell. The cure for the common meal. Chicago tough at home. Jack Ramsey knows it. Chicago 28-11. The Pacers at home 28-11, and they've won 8 straight, and they'll get Atlanta tomorrow night to test that. But Chicago has won 10 of their last 13 and 3 in a row here, and they have the best home record since 1977, 1978. Pacers, incidentally, won 8 of their last 9 at home. 8 in a row. Paxson on the takeaway. Here we go. Jordan. And he throws it wildly into the lane. Here comes Burns slaloming up into the forecourt. A 3-on-2 break. Person down the boulevard. Laid it in with the left hand. Way to run the lanes.
He ran it. The play was made, and we're edging back into this thing.
74-62 from 18 to 12. Paxson, you use up so much energy trying to cut the big lead, however, particularly playing away. John Paxson open. Got a lot of his brother, doesn't he? I mean, he does so many things that his brother does. He's not as big as his brother. His brother was great moving without the ball. His brother's 6'6" and John is 6'2", but they can both shoot it. Johnny might be a little bit better shooter outside.
Their daddy was a pretty good shooter.
Person looked good and long. Chuck Person. Don't give up any hoops right now. In the conference, Chicago with a better record than the Pacers. 28 wins, 25 losses. The Pacers 26-27. And they have, if they had to come down to tie-breaking decisions, that would also figure in. Here's Oakley. Oh my, what was that? That missed everything but the hands of the receiver. That was a dry heave. And a whistle and a foul called on Chicago to prevent the easy 2. And it's on Michael Jordan. Not a bad foul right there, because you take away the 2.
Here's John. He's going up the, here's a good pass. I wish they hadn't called a foul. We had a layup.
You'd have had the easy 2. Person, Fleming, Stepanovic, Herb Williams, John Long for the Indiana Pacers. They've got Oakley. They've got Michael Jordan, John Paxson, Corzine, and they knock the ball again. And again, another entry pass is taken away. That's about a half dozen. 76-64, chance to cut the lead to 10. Foul call on John Long. And here's where Chicago, unlike some teams, is so good, the half-court game, because they just isolate and they get it to Jordan. He's down on the box on the right side right now. Flashing back doors, posted up inside. Long and Jordan are all over one another. They look like pretzels entwined. Brad Sellers, who just came back, to Oakley, who can't shoot it deep. Sellers can. Down to Jordan. Tries to peel back door. Vern on the double down. Shot clock at 3. Paxson on the penetration. Running hook off the iron. Indiana's got it. Here comes Vern.
Look at him, Vern.
Wraparound drive on Paxson. Again, almost a sloppy pass. Person dumps it to Vern. They'll give him the shot. He don't take it. He won't take it. He will take this one. He will miss this one. How about that? He don't take it. I'll be all right. 76-64. The Chicago Bulls by 12.
Here's the high pick.
They double up. They've got a man free. It's Oakley. They let him go. They've got Sellers in the corner. Back to Jordan. Traveling violation. And Chicago now with their 10th turnover of the ball game.
They missed a big play. Eddie Steepo just threw Corzine right on the floor down there.
This is the 3rd trip down for Indiana, now trying to pare the lead to 10. Come on, you got to take advantage of it, fellas. No turnovers. 14 in the game for the Pacers. Long almost travel. Down to Hurd. They double on Hurd. They leave Steepo open. Good smooth move.
Great move.
Whoa, what a nice move by Stepanovic. He reversed, came back, put it up and in. He's got 6. The lead is 10, Chicago.
Let's shake this place up a little bit.
Right there, Jordan bumped, no foul call. He's on Herb. Eddie Rush let him go. I've seen him call lesser fouls than that. Corzine on the glass. No, Indiana. Chance to cut it away. 3-on-2 break. Stepanovic and foul coming in by Paxson. And what a gutty defensive move.
Doug Collins wants a timeout.
What a gutty defensive move by Paxson to take the charge by the 7-footer, though, huh? And a timeout call within 10. Chicago 76, Indiana 66.
Their daddy was tough. He was a competitive guy. We're starting to play Michael a lot like we did Moses the other night.
Double, triple.
If they don't hit the open shot on us, because they're going to get them.
No.
There's no way of stopping it.
Talk about that. If I didn't have all this crap to promo all the time, we could talk about the game. I've been promoing these games, the next 2 home games, John.
2 tickets to 1776.
Throw it up there and we'll talk over it.
A pair of tickets to Sheer Madness from Mayfair Theater, number 12406. A pair of tickets to Candlelight Dinner Playhouse, number 14114. Dinner for 2 at the Como Inn, number 16169. Dinner gift certificate at Parsons, number 254. Champagne brunch for 2 at Irish Manor, number 214. And a pizza meal for 2 from Machino's, number 3611.
Well, what are you laughing at? Jeez. Somewhere along the line, we got to do some basketball, right? Chicago by 10. They're starting to double, triple, quadruple Michael Jordan. You know one man can't handle him.
One can, and we're starting to play him a lot like we did Moses Malone the other night. But the big thing is, in doing that, they're going to get the open shots. Now, it boils down to one thing. If they hit them, we're in trouble. If they don't hit them, we're going to get back in this ball game.
Washington has beaten Detroit 103-98. Atlanta beat New Jersey big. Boston is leading New York large. And right now, Stepanovic is at the line for the Indiana Pacers. And you know, spring is here. And so are those spring fashions that you can find at Redwood and Ross. Great folks, great fashions. Go on down. Tell them that we sent you in there. They're at 11 South Meridian. Got great looking shoes there also. Castleton Square and College Mall in Bloomington. Redwood and Ross.
Got them both, Steepo.
Atlanta 115, New Jersey 88. It's an 8-point ball game. Pacers have cut 10 off the lead. Here's Sedale Threat, T-H-R-E-A-T-T, and a treat is 3 when he's shooting the ball. Michael Air Jordan, Corzine with a screen. Look for the pick and slip. The Pacers playing good defense. Oakley, they'll have an open man because they're doubling and tripling, and Corzine misses.
Oh,
Indiana
my
knocks
goodness.
the ball out of bounds. But they say it's off Chicago.
Great call, ref.
Frank Sinatra wouldn't like the call because this is his title in town, but Indiana will take it now length of the floor. 76-68. Got to have a little fun with it, don't you? The Lovell Bulls shaking their rattles in the background. And Herb will be called
what's
for an
the
offensive
call?
foul. It's an even-up call is what it is.
What's the call?
That's what Jack is saying.
Jack is saying, what's the call?
And the foul is called on John Long. Now pick a man and charge him with a foul. Long's got 2. Indiana with 3. Chicago with 4. And we have 3:35 to play in the third. Jordan double. Again, he has to swing it back to 3. They find Jordan. Now there's room to move. John Long doing a great job. Jordan forces the shot. No. Rebound by Brad Sellers. He's got the shot. And Jordan got hurt. Michael Jordan is hurt and he's looking for help. And Doug Collins is going to go to his bench right now. 78-68. Indiana playing very physically. John Long puts it up. No. Rebound.
He tapped it in.
Good. It's good. But they're
Come
going to
on,
take it
Tommy.
away. And they're going to give it. They're going to take it away from Long on a rebound foul. Elston Turner replaces Jordan.
Here's John on the drive. Boy, that would have been a tough shot to make, but he followed it up and tapped it in, and they called an offensive foul on him.
Offensive foul, Long with 3. Threet is in there with Turner, the guards. Jordan is out. Time to play catch up here. Trailing by 10. Turner, Sellers, he's a shooter. Back to Elston Turner, played by John Long. Sellers again. Boy, does he love to shoot the ball. Oakley, blocked shot by Herb Williams. Get out of here, Oakley, with that stuff, he said.
There's Chuck.
Fleming in the middle. Person on the wing. Use the glass. Maybe it's an 8-point ball game. And right back at it now. Up to Oakley. Oakley trailing, leaving to Sellers. Blocked shot, Herb Williams again.
He grabbed his arm before he blocked the shot.
Fouls on Herb Williams.
Boy, how about Person, though? He hits the shot, and he immediately has to retreat to the other end to catch up with the breaking Oakley because no one is back there to help.
They ran out on the play. Of course, it was a wide open floor, and Chuck had to get back, and they got back and got on the line on us.
And out of the game goes Turner, and back in comes Jordan. Into the game comes Wayman Tisdale. And Brad Sellers at the line makes the free throw good. Sellers is a 63% free throw shooter.
I'd like to see him miss one right now.
Bulls lost their last game to Philadelphia 98-96. You called it, Slick. The Pacers win their last game on Friday night 115-101 over the Washington Bullets in Washington. Shot 58%, now rebounded the Bullets. Person, do it! 79-72, it's a 7-point ball game, and we have 2:20 to play in the third. 16 points for Chuck Person. Inside Corzine. Stepanovic has got him one-on-one. They double down from the strong guy. That's Sedale Threet. Oh, my. Philadelphia gave him up. He's got 6. 81-72 by 9. Vern on the baseline cut. Has to force out and try it over again. Down to Wayman. Clear out. Let him work. Oakley is on it. Oakley is checking him out waist high. Inside Stepanovic. Beautiful pass by Wayman Tisdale.
Nice play, Wayman.
81-74. Been a different third quarter here for the Indiana Pacers. Air Jordan. John Long is out there. Boy, you got to feel like a lonely man when he lets it fly. You're out there. There's nothing you can do. He's got 36. He is so tough. 83-74 the score. Indiana trailing it. Stepanovic to Long. John tries to beat Jordan off the dribble. A running one-hander, no. Gets his own missed shot. Tries to get it back. Out of bounds off the hand of Sedale Threet. Indiana will have possession of the basketball, and I could use one of those Miller beers right now.
Boy, we're giving it a battle.
Since 1855, Miller beer. Great tradition, great tasting beer. And with 1:20 to play in the third period, pop the top and enjoy one here as the Pacers scramble to get back in it, and they trail by 9, 83-74.
And that's a good time to call a timeout because it had been very hectic. We'd gone up and down 3 or 4 or 5 times, and it's a good time to give our guys a blow.
1 minute, 20 seconds to play in the third. Now, Chicago and the Pacers are both over the limit. They are both in the penalty situation, so there are no free fouls here as you come back. Timeouts, as we double up and check these timeouts, Chicago with 3 plus a 20, which amounts to 4 basically, and Indiana with 4 remaining in the ball game. So the Pacers with basically their full complement of timeouts minus their 20, and they come home tomorrow night, and Atlanta's there. There are tickets available. We even might send a ticket to that young lady if she wants to root for the Pacers for a night. Chicago goes up to Milwaukee. She is one of the Lovables. Cute little handle, huh?
Give her a Pacer t-shirt.
$3.74. Those Pacer t-shirts are really beautiful too. They're $10 plus $2 for handling. And our producer director John Petritis screaming and yelling in there. Talk about the playoff tickets. Talk about the playoff tickets. John, get organized back there. Okay. Here they are.
Look at those people up there. They're all going to have playoff tickets.
They got playoff T-shirts too. Look at this. The tickets go on sale Wednesday the 15th at 10 o'clock at all Ticketmaster locations, Market Square Arena, or call 297-5151. That'll be for the first game at home, which will really be the third game of the playoff. The Pacers will open up on the road, and the tickets are priced at $8, $15, and $22. So we've gotten that covered for you. The Pacer playoff T-shirts. You try saying that fast.
I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. Don't give me none of those tongue twisters.
83-74, John Long at the line. We have 1:20 to play in the third, and Long is going to take his time. You get 10 seconds. He didn't feel comfortable, and he knew it. He did not feel comfortable, and he knew it, and the Pacers are 22 of 28 at the line. He was ready to go before, and then he drew it back, and he says, wait a minute. But the Hoop wants this one, and he's got 13. Atlanta tomorrow, Boston Wednesday, to Philadelphia and New Jersey to finish up the regular season this week, and then the playoffs starting on the 23rd. 83-75. Jordan fakes right, goes left. Long stays right with him. High screen, Corzine. Look for the pick and roll. Stepanovic up on the double. Corzine mismatched in the hole. Jump shot, Sellers. No. Rebound, Person. Here we go. Long right wing. Wayman's on the left. Make the pass now. This is key. Three-pointer. Bang!
Zach got it.
Oh, does he have ice water? 19. Forget the pass, Chuck. I'll let you shoot it anytime you want. 83-78. Within 5. Remember, they started this quarter and went down by 18. 2 minutes into it. Corzine knocks Person right off the floor. Wayman tries to pick him up. No foul. You can call the ticky-tacky little fouls, and you can let that almost third-degree homicide go like that. How does it happen?
It's brutal.
Is there such a thing as third-degree homicide? 85-78. Well, if there wasn't, there is now. Here's Vern. He's going to work it down with 22 seconds remaining in the quarter and only 6 on the shot clock.
Hit another one.
Yes, sir. Another three-pointer. Oh, baby, we're right there now. A 4-point ball game. If you can go back and get the reserve tank and get some extra energy for the fourth quarter, you know what the Pacers are having to go through right here. Michael Jordan. Look at this. Pacers keep it
on the back.
Over the rack. It's going the other way. Penalty in. 3 seconds in the quarter. John Long is pumped up.
Get Corzine. Get Corzine over the back there.
Got the 2 free throws, and you got a chance to cut the gap to 2. Or to 1, yeah.
To 2.
Right.
That'd be a 14. We were down 16 or
18.
18 at the half.
18 in the third quarter.
18 in the third quarter. We've come back 16.
Yeah.
If he makes them, he's going to make them.
Stepanovic.
Stand in there, Steve.
Bobby's crystal ball. You said this team would win 40. You think they could do it today?
Might get her done today. Get in, Steve. Had a baby.
How did the team look to you when they were walking off the bus? I always like to get your input.
Boy, they had win in their eyes. They looked mean. They looked tough. They're playing that way, too.
For the benefit of the fans that don't follow, the Pacers, whenever they get off the bus, tells me how they're going to do. You can tell Jordan gets the shot. Is he incredible? With 3 seconds to go, he gets the ball, comes down and lets one fly. He is unbelievable. We have a 3-point ball game. After 3, Chicago by 3. 85-82. You wouldn't want to leave us now, would you?
Weekend for 2 at the Hyatt Regency, number 1179. Weekend for 2 at the Palmer House in Towers, number 2961. Weekend for 2 at the Raphael Hotel, 3888. And a weekend for 2 at the Sheraton Plaza, number 4007. Once again, if you have one of the numbers to reserve today, please report to Budweiser Gold Mayor, Bulls Information Center.
The last time they were up by 18 was about 2.5 minutes in.
6.5. More prizes coming up Thursday night. Some more groups to welcome tonight. The Canadians up on the big board.
Hey, John. Yeah, John. We got the first Pacer to score, right? Yep. Fine with me.
Williams checks back in for the Pacers.
It's 85-82, Chicago. They lead by 3. They led by 18. And the last time they led by 18 was with 8:43 to play in the third. So the Pacers with a tremendous rally to cut it to 3. And Vern Fleming will start with John Long. Wayman Tisdale, another entry pass, knocked down. Fleming goes down. He stepped on the foot of the defender, Sedale 3. And Tommy Nunez made the call, and it's the 16th turnover for the Indiana Pacers. Long, Tisdale, Herb Williams, Chuck Person, and Vern Fleming. And Vern turned the ankle. Vern turned the ankle. Sedale 3, Michael Jordan, Corzine, Oakley, and Sellers will start for the Bulls in the fourth. There's 3, there's Jordan. John Long's got him, bumps him on the way through. And a blocking foul called against John Long. Bumped him on the way through. And so John Long has 4. Don't lose John Long.
No, I think they called that on Tisdale.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that's personal 2 on Wayman. Wayman was the guy that stepped out there.
All right, so Wayman's got it. That's number 2. That's correct. Step over to help out. 85-82, Chicago by 3. Washington a winner. Atlanta a winner. Boston a winner. Those are in the books. Corzine, 3. Corzine. Oakley's on the baseline inside. There they go against Tisdale. Oakley puts it down. Herb took it away. And a foul called against Chicago. It's going to be on Oakley trying to get the ball back once he laid it down.
That's 4 on him, Eddie.
Well, I can see Oakley, his strength is rebounding, but he's got a little bit of a problem when he tries to put the ball on the floor. He's not real adept at it, but again, that's not the easiest thing to do anyway.
He's basically a post-up player.
Oakley with 4 fouls. Wayman on the move to the hoop, puts it up off the glass. No, the ball loose. They've got it. It's Oakley. 24 rebounds for them. 22 for Indiana. Boy, this has been a tongue war here today. Down to Corzine to 3. Baseline, back out on top, Jordan. John Long there. Vern Fleming out. They double on the ball. You can do that. Sellers. And Wayman, who's playing with a couple of sprained ankles, looks like he turned it over. 87-82. Brad Sellers. The first Pacer to score here in the fourth quarter is picked by Larry Adamson as John Long. He's going for that 13-inch color TV, but you take it if Chuck made it anyway.
Ooh, boy.
And over the back and out of bounds. So John, let's check this again. Larry Adamson on Madison or Marion Avenue in Indianapolis says that John Long will score the first 2 points of the fourth quarter for Indiana. Going for that 13-inch remote color TV by Zenith. Or a starter jacket. 87-82. 10:22 to play. Jordan, high screen, Sellers. Not much of a screen. That's Sedale 3, and he's got it. Well,
they've hit 2 outside shots, Eddie. We talked about it. We're doubling up, tripling up on Michael. They're getting it to the open man. If they hit the shots, we're in trouble. If they don't, we're going to get back in it.
89-82. 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Vern Fleming going to John Long. Wayman Tisdale inside on Oakley. They're trying to isolate. Long's going to shoot it and miss it, and they've got it. 1 shot and no more for the Pacers.
We need a defensive play right here.
Person is out there clapping his hands. He's saying, come on, guys, let's go, let's go. Let's get up on them. Play some tough D. Jordan, there's your double down, your triple down. Hangs in the air, off the iron, rebound. Corzine moves the feet, block shot, try it again. Boy, oh boy, he traveled twice, and they finally get a foul call out of him. I don't know if he got it on the replay, but watch him move the feet down here.
Here's Michael on the shot, and Corzine's got inside position there.
Look at the feet. Look at the feet moving.
Well, he's staying right after him. He's like the wild bull of the Pampas, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a water buffalo down there. 89-82. Michael Jordan, baseline, Back out to Oakley. Jordan. They got him doubled over there. They have him trapped, and an illegal defense call against Indiana.
Wayman,
well, it was Person, actually. He was cheating. He was trying to get over there and maybe help also, and he was hung up in the lane. So that's the second the penalty goes in. The warning was in the first half, and this is the second call on him, so you charge him with a technical foul. 89-82. And Jordan at the line on the tee for the zone. 37 points for Michael Jordan. 37 points. He had 30 at halftime.
everybody in the league plays him the same way. They all double him, triple him. So, boy, he works at it.
So they get the ball back on the possession. Jordan, he could have been called for travel there. He was not. He comes out of that with 3, and they lead by 10. So very quickly they've scored 7 in a row here in the fourth quarter. Clint Richardson in. Person, Fleming, Herb tries to set a screen, doesn't. Back to Herb. Come on, Herbie. Put it up. No. One shot, no more. One shot, no more. They're not getting the boards on the second and third efforts. 92-82. 3, Oakley on top. They're always looking for Jordan. There he is again, and a foul call. He does it all by himself. He is incredible, and Clint Richardson gets the foul.
Absolutely incredible. Here he is down on the baseline. Here's the great one. He didn't get the hoop, but he got on the line.
Pacers have yet to score a point here in the fourth. They have gone 3 minutes and 15 seconds without scoring a point.
And if you want to look at a player that's carrying a franchise right on his back, you're looking at one right there on the free throw line.
This guy is worth everything they pay him. Believe me, for all things considered, what he's done for the league, wow. And he makes the second one. Got to get some penetration. Got to open up the outside, create some passing lanes, do something to make it work, and then follow up with second and third shots. 93-82, an 11-point lead by Chicago. Herb Williams, there's the open side. They come all the way over with 3, jump hook by Herb. Missed shot, gets it back on the deflection, saved by 3, foul call. Sedale 3. And the Pacers yet to score here in the fourth. This is reminiscent of what happened in Cleveland in the fourth the other night. John Long is not in, so we've got to pick somebody else to score the first Pacer points in the fourth quarter.
Let's take a look at Clint Richardson.
There he is. Pops off. He's shooting for Larry Adamson. He wants to go to Herb. Herb on Corzine, down to Vern, double triple teamed, and an illegal call on Chicago. So that means that Indiana will go to the line. That's their second call. And it's 93-82. Indiana with 8:09, almost 4 minutes gone here in the fourth without scoring a point. Clint gets it. 10-point ball game, 6 for Clint Richardson. And the Pacers will retain possession of the ball. Chicago, a good rebounding team. We told you that. Pacers are not doing it on the boards here and getting the ball back, keeping it alive. And again, they steal an entry pass as Sedale 3 is knocked down, and a foul call. It's against Vern Fleming. Well, I think this 3 has really given them a nice dimension.
He's given them a very nice dimension. He's very quick. He made the steal here and tried to get the pass off to Michael Jordan and got fouled, but he gives them a dimension of an outside shooter and some real quickness in the back court.
And that is the 4th team foul on Indiana. So the next one means Chicago is in the penalty situation. Corzine. No. Block out Wayman, and still Oakley saves it and throws it right into the hands of Macy, but he stepped over the end line. All right. Clint Richardson is the designated shooter for the first field goal for the Pacers. He is down on the block on the left side. On the right side is Ron Anderson, and Kyle Macy is up with the ball. Anderson and Macy just into the lineup. There's Clint. Inside to Wayman. Wayman with a little turnaround. Good. All right, Larry, sorry about that, but you got a nice starter jacket. He wears a size large. You'll look good in that Pacer blue and gold. 93-85. Atlanta tomorrow. Boston Wednesday. Brad Sellers with a running one-hander. Shows very little emotion, but he shows a lot of poise for a rookie. And when they picked him in the first round, I said, whoa, what a mistake. Maybe not. Pretty good player.
Not with this ball club.
95-85, they knew what they were doing. Wayman forcing, missing, going to the line.
Brad Sellers would have a difficult time of getting open shots with a ball club where he really had to work for them.
That's Oakley's 5th foul, Bobby.
Let's get him out of there.
Oakley's in trouble. Yeah, I agree with you. You got to get him. He looks like he's pretty good in a transition situation. He runs well and he shoots the ball pretty good. He's got good. For a 7-footer, he's got good control, but he's awfully lean. Here's Gene Banks coming back in the game, and out of there will go Oakley, shuffling off the floor, not happy about it at all. Pacers are 25 of 32. That's a lot of free throws for Indiana. They don't normally shoot that many free throws. 20 of 24 for the Chicago Bulls. Wayman with a deuce, 8-point ball game, 95-87, right there. You're still right there. It took the Pacers almost 4 minutes to score their first points. Three, good penetration, pulls up short, and he's fouled. And again, the officials, we have seen an up and down roller coaster ride by the officials. They call some, they let a lot of them go, and there's no consistency. 99.5 WZPL with $1,000 hit rock double shots. You listen every day for details on how you win $1,000 from the Apple. ZPL, the Bulls 95, the Pacers 87. Yeah. (95-87) Chicago. The fans have been enjoying this one, and Michael Jordan's put on quite a show. We have 6:57 to play, and the Pacers 1 for 6 in the quarter so far. Not very good. Chicago has also out-rebounded them 5-1. So missing shots, no second and third shots. Sedale Threet will be at the line when we resume with Clint and Kyle at the guards. You've got Herb Williams, Wayman Tisdale, and Ron Anderson on the front line. Stepanovic has had an off day. He had a good game in Washington the other night. And Sedale Threet makes the first one good. Gee, that was a good game the other night. This has been a good game here, too, although there have been peaks and valleys here. And Threet makes a pair, and they're now 22 of 26, and he has 10, and they lead by 10.
And this lineup that's in there now played very well against Washington the other night.
Bring up Clint. Jordan's all over him. Ron Anderson to Wayman against Brad Sellers. Rebound by Sellers on the miss by Wayman. There's a set play for Wayman. He forced it up. When he goes back inside on that right side, remember he's a left-hander, so he has to expose the ball to the defense a lot from the high side. 97-87. Michael Jordan. Jordan to Threet.
He's going to drive. He's going to drive.
Kyle needs some help. There he is. And Kyle did a good job defensively there.
Kyle blocked it.
Got a piece of it. Well, you got to get it on the way up with him. You can't wait till he gets to the top because he's such a good jumper. Ron Anderson. Anderson clear out, works on Banks. Back out to Herb. Herb on the drive. Puts it up in the air. He's got two. 97-89. Pacers are battling back, boy. They played hard all the way today. 12 points for Herb Williams. Herb has got Corzine. Jordan is played by Clint Richardson. Sellers by Wayman. Gene Banks by Ron Anderson. And Kyle Macy's on Sedale Threet. Turnaround.
Short.
No. Rebound, Herb. Come on, let's go, guys. Kyle Macy with it.
Hit a three, Kyle.
Clint's there on the other side. Clint lets it rip. Looks good. No, not there.
He's been shooting well, too.
97-89. That would have been a big hoop. Big hoop.
They're going to Michael now. You might as well get ready for this.
Set play. Here it is off the bench. Doug Collins holds up the fist hand. There's Brad Sellers. Jordan flashes from the weak side through the paint. Clears out into the right corner. 3. On top. Deep. No. Who's got it? Indiana. Clint Richardson. Got to make it on this time down. Kyle Macy. Kyle played with the Chicago Bulls last year. Ron Anderson. They bring Herb across inside low right. Clear it out. They triangle it on the right side. There's Herb. They clear out. Let him work on Corzine. Puts it down. Shot clock says 6 on the shot clock. Clint. Ron Anderson down to 3. Need a hoop. Need a hoop. Block shot Chicago. Foul Chicago. On Paxson. Now let's check these foul problems. Paxson with 4, Oakley with 5, Banks with 4, and 4 for Mike Brown. For Indiana, Person with 4, Herb Williams with 4, Stepanovic, Vern Fleming, John Long, and Wayman Tisdale with a 3. Needed that one, didn't get it. 97-90, 7-point ball game. Paxson will draw Kyle. Anderson will play on Gene Banks. Wayman steps up on Jordan. Try to help, not enough. Made a pass at it, but it was nothing. 42 points for Michael Jordan. 42 beyond the season average. They start the bass drums wailing in the background. Kyle Macy with Wayman Tisdale coming down inside. Offensive foul. Is it Anderson or is it Tisdale?
Anderson.
Doug Collins looks like he combed his hair with a Mixmaster this morning.
That guy was a pretty good player.
Oh,
very intense.
Very intense. Boy, he could run. Well, he ran his feet out of room is what he did. He just hurt himself. He couldn't come back. Bad feet, Achilles on the cut.
Oh, boy, we almost had a steal.
They had the pick and roll inside. Jordan. Boy, what a recovery by Chicago on that one. 101-90, and he's got 44. And they were so fearful of his feet from a year ago. Jordan now talking about him. And Herb has it blocked by Michael Jordan.
He's all over the place now.
Yep. He's like a univac, you know? He's everywhere.
You know, it still is a mystery to me. With Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, and James Worthy, how North Carolina didn't run all over people. Come on,
Macy
Kyle.
was off balance when he let it go. Brad Sellers has got it. They've got Corzine at 6'11", Sellers at 7 feet. But a good wind would blow him over. Michael Jordan, 6'6 and a half. Paxson, 6'2. Banks, 6'6. Foul. Over the limit, at the line. Clint Richardson on the foul. 101-90 to score the game. Chicago with an 11-point lead and 3:37 to play. We're going to get Vern Fleming, Steve Stepanovic, John Long, and Chuck Person back in for Indiana.
Making all the substitutions to take a real run at it now. See if we can do anything, get back in it with 3:37 to play. We're down 11, and Michael's on the line for 2.
Boy.
It's going to be an uphill battle at best, but there was not a lack of effort today. They played very, very hard, regardless of the outcome, and we'll see if we can get something going here with 3.5 to go.
Boy, they are really something when they play this way. Jordan missing on the first.
Well, he's not invincible.
And makes the second. Atlanta tomorrow night. Boston Wednesday night. Tickets available. Indiana Pacer playoff T-shirts are also available for $10 and $2 handling. Person on the drive. Foul on the way down. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Chicago. And Chuck wanted to go to the line saying he was in the act of shooting. But they're going to say, and they were right. Brad Sellers on the foul. Indiana still has plenty of timeouts should they elect to use them. Chicago with 3 and a 20 should they want to do something strategically themselves. Here's Herb down on Corzine. Jump hook. Not enough second shots here in the fourth quarter. They used it all in the third. They really did a good job.
Took a lot out of us, Eddie, to try to climb back in the ball game. And
102-90, another foul, and then Jordan will go to the line again.
Indiana.
Michael Jordan is something. Pacers have had 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, and we have 2:59 to play. They used it all up, and now with 2:59, it's Chicago 102, Indiana 90.
As a bonus, the first 15,000 fans who enter the stadium for the first home playoff.
Should be fouling. Should be calling foul.
Bulls action poster with the Bulls Live barbecue sauce. Dates, times, and replay announced through the local media as soon as they become.
Do you remember how physical it was for a while, and now they're just patty cake fouls again? John, what are we doing on guests? No guests. No guests. Would you tell them that we don't need a guest? We need Jordan's line, though. We need his line. Jordan's line, I need it. Maybe Jerry Krause knows what he's doing after all, huh?
what?
He's done a pretty good job piecing this thing around Doug Collins. Yeah. Collins and Jordan.
With what was available, I think the Treat move was a good one.
Oh boy.
That kind of backcourt scares me with him and Jordan in there.
It's 102-90, Jack. You got time, 2:59. Saying some last words to his people out there. Stepanovic will be 1 on the right. Vern Fleming will be 2 on the right. Person 1 on the left. John Long and Herb Williams. And another rough one ahead tomorrow night at Market Square, and we want to see you down there. These guys have been an amazing story in the NBA. I walked in here today, and people were saying, hey, you got a good team. Good team. A 13-game swing with a week to play. 13 games improved over last year. And that is an accomplishment you don't see very often in the NBA.
Well, you certainly don't. As a matter of fact, when you look around the league, it's hard to look back and see a team that made that kind of an improvement in 1 year in the recent past.
47 points from Michael Jordan. Boy, when he gets the ball, take the air out of it. Do something. Person over Sellers. That's a shot over a 7-footer that was blocked. Sellers blocked the shot. He's impressed me today. He really has.
Yeah, he's played a nice ball game.
14-point lead. Pacers had it down to 3, and that's where it stopped. At the end of 3, 85-82. Jordan again, pull up, great suspension, foul on the play. How many free throws has Michael Jordan shot today?
Here he is going to his left and going up with the jumper. And the big thing about a player like this, after you've been around this league for a while and watched the referees, when you reach the stature of a Michael Jordan, a lot of times you're going to go to the line if you make the moves, whether you got fouled or not. It's happened for years and years. It happened with the Chamberlains and the Robertsons and the Baylors and the West. And so he's going to get some freebies.
He's 11 for 14 at the line, 12 for 15. He earns his check. He's got 49. 106-90. Pacers at home. They're good at home. You know that. Vern Fleming with an offensive foul or travel. They called it the travel. Doug Collins wanted the walk away. Pacers with 19 turnovers. Tomorrow night, 8 straight at home. And it's on the line against a tough Atlanta team. Well, come on out. And then Boston, and then Philadelphia, and then New Jersey to wrap up the regular season. Who the heck knows what's going to happen? At the end of the day, the Pacers will be in 7th place in the Eastern Conference. Chicago a half game out.
Oh,
and they tie him up.
now that's got to be a jump ball there.
Looked to me like he had all ball. Let's see.
He put him on the line.
No, they put him on the line. Easy way out, I guess. 2
Let's
nothing play.
You be the judge. Here he goes. Here's Stepanovich. Now.
Stepanovich gets the foul. That's the 4th personal foul on Steve. And Jack says he got all ball. All ball.
Old Tommy Nunez. You know, Ed Rush, that one official out there, I threw a ball rack at him about 12 years ago.
Did you hit him?
I just picked up and threw the ball rack at him, and the balls went on those red, white, and blue ones. You know, they just went all over the place.
Did you hit him, though? You're 0 for 1.
No, I think it hit him in the leg. And
50 points for Michael Jordan. 51. 108.90. Actually, Rush a pretty good official. 51 points. 28 free throws made by Chicago. John Long from 3.
Looked good, it is.
From 3. Here's a question to ponder. And I look down here and watch Jack Ramsey and Doug Collins, and I think about baseball. Why don't basketball coaches wear uniforms like they do in baseball?
I don't know. They must think you don't sweat out here when you're coaching. You know?
The legs aren't that bad, are they?
Everybody else has got a uniform that they wear. I'm not even going to talk about that guy no more.
53 points.
I'm not going to talk about it.
110 to 93. What a show he's been on. Stepanovich, no fouls. It's 132 on the clock and 110 on the scoreboard. 110-95 Chicago. Doug Collins. He's done a nice job. He really has.
Hey, he's got some people to work with.
Yeah, he does. Jordan.
There's one right there that anybody can work with.
Michael Jordan made the pass on that one. They went to him. Gee whiz. He does everything. Vern on the miss. Rebound by Oakley. We're down to a minute to play. Well, not that the Pacers didn't expend a lot of energy and effort today. I think they gave it. Boy, if they had come out like this against Cleveland the other night, they'd have won by 15.
They're still going after.
Yeah, I like what I see. Oakley. That missed everything but the floor, Charles. Charles, that was not good. Here's Vern. Vern penetrates and misses it. Tipped by Stepanovich. He misses it.
Okay.
35. Save your legs. You got a long game tomorrow. Okay. Oakley from Virginia Union. He was a Division II College Player of the Year a year ago. Knocked away by Jordan. He's still hustling. And Jordan is saying, I touched it, tapped it off Herb Williams' face.
Well, basketball fans that have watched this game have just seen one of the great individual performances of the season by that guy. Boy, they're standing here.
Deserved. Herb Williams on the three-point miss. John Long, another three-point miss. Down to 19 seconds. Pacers will be 539-39. Bulls will be 39-40 with one less game to play, and they're in Milwaukee tomorrow night. Oh. Boy, when he plays like that, they're tough. And when this guy plays like he has in Corzine, they're good. Michael Brown. Pretty good effort. But for not, as the final score goes to Chicago, 116-95. And Jack Ramsey cannot be disappointed. Draw Kyle. Anderson will play on Gene Banks. Wayman steps up on Jordan. Try to help, not enough. Made a pass at it, but it was nothing. 42 points for Michael Jordan. 42 beyond his season average. They start the bass drums wailing in the background. Kyle Macy with Wayman Tisdale coming down inside. Offensive foul. Is it Anderson or is it Tisdale?
Anderson.
Doug Collins looks like he combed his hair with a Mixmaster this morning.
So that guy was a pretty good player.
Oh, he
very
was
intense.
Very intense. Boy, he could run. Well, he ran his feet out of room is what he did. He just hurt himself. He couldn't come back. Bad feet, Achilles on the cut.
Oh, boy, we almost had a steal.
They had the pick and roll inside. Jordan. Oh, what a recovery by Chicago on that one. 101-90, and he's got 44. And they were so fearful of his feet from a year ago. Jordan now talking about him. And Herb has it blocked by Michael Jordan.
He's all over the place now.
Yep. He's like a UNIVAC, you know? He's everywhere.
You know, it still is a mystery to me. With Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, and James Worthy, how North Carolina didn't run all over people. Come on,
Macy
Kyle.
was off balance when he let it go. Brad Sellers has got it. They've got Corzine at 6'11", Sellers at 7 feet, but a good wind would blow him over. Michael Jordan, 6'6 and a half. Paxson, 6'2. Banks, 6'6. Foul. Over the limit at the line. Clint Richardson on the foul. 101-90 to score the game. Chicago with an 11-point lead and 3:37 to play. We're going to get Vern Fleming, Steve Stepanovich, John Long, and Chuck Person back in for Indiana.
Making all the substitutions to take a real run at it now. See if we can do anything, get back in it with 3:37 to play. We're down 11, and Michael's on the line for 2.
Boy.
It's going to be an uphill battle at best, but there was not a lack of effort today. They played very, very hard, regardless of the outcome, and we'll see if we can get something going here with 3.5 to go.
Boy, they are really something when they play this way. Jordan missing on the first.
And he's not invincible.
And makes the second. Atlanta tomorrow night. Boston Wednesday night. Tickets available. Indiana Pacer playoff T-shirts are also available for $10 and $2 handling. Person on the drive, foul on the way down. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Chicago. And Chuck wanted to go to the line saying he was in the act of shooting. But they're going to say, and they were right. Brad Sellers on the foul. Indiana still has plenty of timeouts should they elect to use them. Chicago with 3 and a 20 should they want to do something strategically themselves. There's Herb down on Corzine. Jump hook. Not enough second shots here in the 4th quarter. They used it all in the 3rd. They really did a good job.
Took a lot out of us, Eddie, to try to climb back in the ball game. And
102-90, another foul, and then Jordan will go to the line again. Michael Jordan is something. Pacers have had 2 field goals in the 4th quarter, and we have 2:59 to play. They used it all up, and now with 2:59 at Chicago 102, Indiana 90.
As a bonus, the first 15,000 fans who enter the stadium for the first home playoff.
Should be fouling. Should be calling the foul.
Balls action poster with the Bulls Line barbecue sauce. Dates, times, and more play announced through the local media as soon as they become.
Do you remember how physical it was for a while, and now they're just patty cake fouls again? John, what are we doing on guests? No guests. No guests. Would you tell them that we don't need a guest? We need Jordan's line, though. We need his line. Jordan's line, I need it. Maybe Jerry Krause knows what he's doing after all, huh?
what?
That's he's done a pretty good job piecing this thing around Doug Collins. Yeah. Collins and Jordan.
With what was available, I think the Treat move was a good one.
Oh boy.
That kind of backcourt scares me with him and Jordan in there.
It's 102-90, Jack. You got time, 2:59. Saying some last words to his people out there. Stefanovic will be 1 on the right. Vern Fleming will be 2 on the right. Person 1 on the left. John Long and Herb Williams. And another rough one ahead tomorrow night at Market Square, and we want to see you down there. These guys have been an amazing story in the NBA. I walked in here today, and people were saying, hey, you got a good team, good team. A 13-game swing with a week to play. 13 games improved over last year. And that is an accomplishment you don't see very often in the NBA.
Well, you certainly don't. As a matter of fact, when you look around the league, it's hard to look back and see a team that made that kind of an improvement in 1 year in the recent past.
47 points from Michael Jordan. Boy, when he gets the ball, take the air out of it. Do something. Person over Sellers. That's a shot over a 7-footer that was blocked. Sellers blocked the shot. He's impressed me today. He really has.
Yeah, he's played a nice ball game.
14-point lead. Pacers had it down to 3. And that's where it stops. At the end of 3, 85-82. Jordan again. Pull up. Great suspension. Foul on the play. How many free throws has Michael Jordan shot today?
Here he is going to his left and going up with the jumper. And the big thing about a player like this, you know, after you've been around this league for a while and watched the referees, when you reach the stature of a Michael Jordan, a lot of times you're going to go to the line if you make the moves, whether you got fouled or not. It's happened for years and years. It happened with the Chamberlains and the Robertsons and the Baylors and the West. And so he's going to get some freebies.
He's 11 for 14 at the line, 12 for 15. He earns his check. He's got 49. 106-90. Pacers at home. They're good at home. You know that. Vern Fleming with an offensive foul or a travel. They called it the travel. Doug Collins wanted the walk away. Pacers with 19 turnovers. Tomorrow night, 8 straight at home. And it's on the line against a tough Atlanta team. So come on out. And then Boston, and then Philadelphia, and then New Jersey to wrap up the regular season. Who the heck knows what's going to happen? At the end of the day, the Pacers will be in 7th place in the Eastern Conference. Chicago a half game out.
Oh,
and they tie him up.
now that's got to be a jump ball there.
Looked to me like he had all ball. Let's see.
He put him on the line.
No, they put him on the line. Easy way out, I guess. 2
Let's
to
take-
play.
You be the judge. Here he goes. Here's Stefanovic. Now,
Stefanovic gets the foul. That's the 4th personal foul on Steve. And Jack says he got all ball. All ball.
old Tommy Nunez, you know, Ed Rush, that one official out there, I threw a ball rack at him about 12 years ago.
Did you hit him?
I just picked up and threw the ball rack at him, and the balls went on those red, white, and blue ones. You know, they just went all over the place.
Did you hit him, though?
Nah,
You're 0 for 1.
no, I think it hit him in the leg. And
50 points for Michael Jordan. 51. 108-90. Actually, Rush a pretty good official. 51 points. 28 free throws made by Chicago. John Long from 3.
looked good, it is.
From 3. Here's a question to ponder. And I look down here and watch Jack Ramsey and Doug Collins, and I think about baseball. Why don't basketball coaches wear uniforms like they do in baseball?
I don't know. They must think you don't sweat out here when you're coaching. You know?
The legs aren't that bad, are they?
Everybody else has got a uniform that they wear. I'm not even going to talk about that guy no more.
53 points.
I'm not going to talk about it.
110-93. What a show he's been on. Stefanovic, no fouls. It's 1:32 on the clock and 1:10 on the scoreboard. 110-95 Chicago. Doug Collins. He's done a nice job. He really has.
He's got some people to work with.
Yeah, he does. Jordan.
There's one right there that anybody can work with.
Michael Jordan made the pass on that one. They went to him. Gee whiz. He does everything. Vern on the miss. Rebound by Oakley. We're down to a minute to play. Well, not that the Pacers didn't expend a lot of energy and effort today. I think they gave it. Boy, if they had come out like this against Cleveland the other night, they'd have won by 15.
They're still going after.
Yeah, I like what I see. Oakley. That missed
No,
everything
that
but the
wasn't
floor, Charles. Charles, that was not good. There's Vern. Vern penetrates and misses it. Tipped by Stefanovic. He misses it.
Okay.
35. Save your legs. You got a long game tomorrow.
Okay.
Oakley from Virginia Union. He was a Division II College Player of the Year a year ago. Knocked away by Jordan. He's still hustling. And Jordan is saying, I touched it, tapped it off Herb Williams' face.
Well, basketball fans that have watched this game have just seen one of the great individual performances of the season by that guy. Boy, they're standing here.
Deserved. Herb Williams on the three-point miss. John Long, another three-point miss. Down to 19 seconds. Pacers will be 539-39. Bulls will be 39-40 with one less game to play, and they're in Milwaukee tomorrow night. Oh. Boy, when he plays like that, they're tough. And when this guy plays like he has in Corzine, they're good. Michael Brown. Pretty good effort. But for not, as the final score goes to Chicago, 116-95. And Jack Ramsey cannot be dis.
Everybody, all